Brother Devon, what brings you out to the event today?
African pride,
Okay.
African pride. And also to showcase some of our history here in America. America. A lot of times, though we're stressing African pride and black pride, we overlook the fact that this part of our being proud needs to be taught. This is part of our experience too. And we have to accept the fact that our experience was a hard experience and still is a hard experience. So if we're going to be proud, if we're going to have African pride, we're going to be strong, we're going to be resilient like we are, even before this. But this is too far, this is not too far taken from our memory bank. A lot of our people are afraid to face it, so I'm not here to showcase it. It's an exhibit, and pretty soon we're going to travel throughout inner city schools, anywhere we need to be, downtown in the Commons, to show this stuff off, man. So I'm here, you know, to mingle with the people. Folks appreciate what we're doing as a new Black Panther Party. I'm honored to be around here to see this beautiful, you know, sea of black people. But we got to make sure that we keep punching, keep pushing the ticket on Black Pride, and then connect the other dots, because it doesn't stop. It doesn't begin here, and it doesn't end here. So that's why we out here.
No doubt. I see you have some pretty disturbing images.
Disturbing?
In particular, Emmett Till.
Disturbing?
For the audience that doesn't know what that story, what that history is all about, what is that? What is
that story? 1955. And that time of our history here as black men in America. White people, especially white women, would lie on a black man and say he either tried to touch her, rape her, or, as in Till's case, they said that he whistled at a white man. And 14 years old, visiting Mississippi. And when white men found out the story, before they even investigated it like they do today, they don't investigate it, they just go out and say, it happened in Trenton. So it had to be a black person. Or when there's a situation of crime, it's the gangs, the Bloods, and the Crips. Somebody's dog got hit, the Bloods did it. So back then, the same criminalization of black men was in Mississippi. So when they heard that Emmett Till, a young black man, had whistled at a white woman, they went out, they shot him in the side of his head, in the out of his eye, and they tied him to a cotton gin with fish wire and threw him in the Mississippi River. Now you said it was before 2000. Yes, it is. But at the same time, they would not have known it was Emmett Till if it wasn't for a ring that the mother had gave him before he left to go travel, because she didn't want him to go visit Mississippi. He said, I just wanted to go. I wanted to go see what it's like as a young man. So she allowed him to go. And when she came, after she found out that something had happened, they couldn't even notice him. So they looked at his ring. Now, from her own words, she was almost a block or two away from where they had his body being held at the morgue, or the holding area for dead bodies. She said she knew because of the stench. She was not even near where his body was at, but just from the stench, she knew something bad had happened to her son. And when she finally got to his body, she said, I want the world to know what they did. He's not going to have a closed casket funeral. So that's why you see him in an open casket. I want the world to know what they did to my baby. That was her words. And here he is, 14 years old. Now today, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Rosewood. They're the only two. The only two.
They deserve it.
We all deserve it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all deserve it.
So part of what you're doing is to make sure that this history is not forgotten.
It's not forgotten, right, because a lot of our children are about to go back to school within the next few weeks. And the sad part is, I have pictures of Nicki Minaj in here, LeBron James, and young people, hey, mommy, Nicki Minaj. But when you look at her, that doesn't look like the Nicki Minaj I've seen in person. That looked like a white girl. And what we're conditioned to do when we go to Hollywood and we become stars, we're conditioned to change the way we look, to appease an image of beauty that doesn't represent our ancestry. But those same people that would say, look at Nicki Minaj, if I showed them this wall over here, pictures of Ida B. Wells, Sojourner Truth, Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Father Allah, most of us, though we're talking about African pride or black pride, how could we be proud if we don't know who we are? How could we be proud if we don't know who Harriet Tubman is outside of the little bit of story they give us in February? outside of the Dr. King story. So African pride is more than just saying I'm proud. You know, being proud means you have a connection to the source of what makes you proud. We ain't just proud because we get to wear clothes and get to go to work every day. We got to be proud of who we are in a real way, man. And if you look at on this side, man, I want to show you something that's important. Look at some of the pictures that takes away from us being proud. This picture right here of the minstrel show or Black Sambo is over what, 60, 70, 80 years ago. But how can we be proud if in 2011 our young men, everybody hates Chris, but everybody loves Raymond? And we're conditioned to have the look of the Sambo look. And for all your listeners, I looked up 218 pictures, advertisements of Everybody Hates Chris, 106 advertisements of Everybody Loves Raymond. Every advertisement for the white family is positive, happy. Even his extended family, happy, smiling. Look at Everybody Hates Chris. Look at the pictures. So the genocide, man, how they destroy us mentally. Then if you look on the other side, just in the advertisement, LeBron James, King James, right? The story of King Kong, a big black ape coming to America to chase after some white girl, they murder him, right? Shoot him down from the Empire State Building, right? But look at the imagery they use on the front of Vogue magazine. This is 2011.